All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. All right, 5 financial tips for 2025. I think these financial tips will be very helpful for 2025, considering the financial landscape we're going into. So yeah, I think they're going to be very helpful. Before we get into the list, let me just do a quick mic check. Let me do a quick mic check before we get into the list. That way I'm not talking to myself. Give me just a sec. Just a sec. Quick mic check. Quick mic check. Yeah, I think they're going to be very helpful. Before we get into the list, let me just do a quick mic check. All right, cool. It looks like my mic is working. If it's not working throughout the live stream, please let me know. All right, number one. Number one is that interest rates will be going down a lot further in 2025. So that's going to present a lot of opportunities, right? As far as getting a mortgage for a cheaper rate. Also, if you had a mortgage at a higher rate, you would be able to, possibly refinance that and get a lower rate. So I think interest rates being lower in 2025, we're probably going to lower them an additional, 1 point or 1 point, right? Because we already had one 50 basis point cut. So, and we're going to get one in November. Most likely we'll get one in December. So, yeah, I think interest rates coming down is going to present a lot of opportunities for people just to arbitrage as well. You could borrow money at a cheaper rate. You could take that money and then invest it into something else that's going to get you a higher return. Especially if you're a person that doesn't have the money. Like some people don't have money to invest. So now that interest rates are going down, you'll be able to, apply for cheap money and take that money, maybe start up a business, borrow it to buy some inventory and flip that inventory and make more money. But yeah, I think this is the number one, the number one financial tip for 2025. Remember, they don't really cut interest rates that often. It's usually a time period in which they do it. And after they cut them, it's typically not another 2 to 3 years before they start cutting interest rates again. So make sure you do take advantage of interest rate cuts. Again, for most people, I would say for people in general, it's probably going to be more applicable to mortgages. Now, I don't think house prices are going to go down just because interest rates are going down. I think house prices may even just keep going up. But at least you could get that house for a cheaper interest rate, right? So and I think that also plays into the amount of the down payment that you got to put down for the house as well. Like when you do that calculation, when you're getting a mortgage and stuff like that, the interest rate plays a key role in that. So the fact that interest rates are going down in 2025, it's going to present a lot of opportunities for people that, want to play in the real estate game, right? All right, number two. Number two will be crypto. I think, well, not that I think, I know crypto will be a lot higher than what it is now. And going into 2025, I think we're going to be at 120, 150 BTC. So that just means that altcoins are going to be a lot higher as well, right? So it's going to present a lot of opportunities. Now, those opportunities, I think that you need to be prepared for them now in 2024. I think honestly, if within this month, I mean, we could see altcoins spike up any minute now. So you're kind of chancing it if if you already don't have a position. But there's probably going to be some dips. Obviously, not probably. There's going to be some dips, so there's going to be some opportunities to buy in. But most likely that you're just going to be playing the trading game, and the trading game typically doesn't work for people, right? Like you end up, getting emotional and things like that. Getting in a position, you're down 10 to 15%, and yeah, like I wouldn't do that. So I would say for 2025, crypto, in my opinion, is going to be a lot higher than what it is now. So to prepare yourself for that boom, try to look at what interests you in the crypto market right now. Take and figure out what quality cryptos you think will benefit from this crypto bull run, right? For me, I always tell people, if you're new to the crypto space, stick to BTC and Ethereum, because everything else you have to really follow the project. You have to know what you're doing, and know that your project is quality. Now, I think what's on your side though, typically in a bull run, a crypto bull run, everything goes up. So even if you're in a crappy project, your portfolio most likely is still going to go up. Now, you're not going to make as much as a person that did their due diligence and knows the ins and out of a certain project, and knows that, like a certain narrative like AI or DePIN is going to do really well, right? But you got to know which projects are going to do good. But yeah, I think that's going to be a big, big big thing going into 2025, the crypto bull run. I think we're seeing it now with BTC being at 71,000, and I think it's just going to get even more crazy going into 2025. Now, with that, you definitely don't want to overstay your welcome. I think these crypto bull runs don't last too long, so it's important that 2025 is going to be the year for crypto, right? And then after that, who knows, right? Okay, number 3, the stock market will boom. Crypto, typically the crypto market and the stock market run hand in hand. Now, I do think crypto will outperform the stock market going into 2025, but we are going to see certain projects go up. I mean, certain stocks go up. I think Nvidia is still going to do well, even though the chart looks very overextended. All the semiconductor plays, anything that has to do with AI is going to do really well. But you have to know, again, that you're going to have to know. For me, I would stick to blue chip stocks, right? Your Nvidia, your Teslas, and things like that. If you really don't know how to do the research, I would stick to that, because I think those type of blue chip AI companies are going to benefit really well. Just because I think, the crypto narrative is going to be AI and DePIN, right? And those narratives are going to trickle over into the stock market. So anything that has to do with AI, GPUs, things like that are going to do well. So obviously Nvidia is going to benefit, maybe Palantir, like an Intel. All those stocks are going to benefit. And again, these are financial tips, not financial advice. I didn't say that in the beginning, but yeah, financial tips, not financial advice. This is what I think, right? But yeah, I think the stock market will boom, especially with interest rate cuts. So with the stock market, the fact that interest rates are going down, companies are going to have more, they're going to be more inclined to borrow money because they can get it at a cheaper rate. So, more money for companies means they can spend a lot more on operations and bring in more revenue. So, stocks are going to do good, right? It just goes hand in hand with interest rate cuts. Stocks, especially tech stocks, they perform really well when interest rates go down. So, yeah, stock market will definitely boom in 25, and maybe overall indices and specific tech stocks are going to do really well. So make sure you do your research on that. And that is the third financial tip for 2025. Number 4 is don't get greedy, right? The stock market is going to boom. The crypto market is going to boom, but you don't want to get greedy. And specifically for the crypto bull market, you're going to see people on X, on Facebook, on Instagram that think they're experts because their their crypto portfolio is going up 5x. Most likely, if you're somewhat knowledgeable about the crypto space, you'll most likely get a 5x. People that know what they're doing and are more into the projects that are actually, have utility, those people end up making 20 to 50x, right? Those people actually took time to be in the Discord, research a project, so on and so forth. And I would consider those people to know what they're doing. But I think, people kind of get it mixed up. People that are just, fly by night crypto investors, they make 5x and they think they know a lot. And what happens is they get greedy and they hold their position until the end of the bull market, right? And then they end up turning 10,000 into 100,000, and they leave with the same 10,000 they came in with because they didn't take profit off the table. So you got to make sure you take profit off the table. Don't get greedy. Have a price target in mind that you say, okay, I'm coming in with 10,000. I want to make 50 to 70,000, and after that, I'm going to get out of the market and take my gains, right, and put it into something safer until the next crypto bull market, right, which is going to be in 2028. So, yeah, I mean, for stocks, you don't want to be greedy as well, but since those are actually, if you stick to blue chip stocks, you can hold those for longer terms. And I'm not saying you can't. You can hold like a Bitcoin and Ethereum long term, and in my opinion, I think you'll be okay. But you still got to do your own research. But when you start digging into those meme coins, when you start digging into coins with the market cap of 100 million or lower that just kind of came onto the scene, you definitely want to do your research, and you don't want to be greedy, right? If you're one of those lucky ones to take 10,000 and make 100,000, take profit off the table, and don't think you could time the top of the market, right? That's the whole thing. People that get greedy think they can time the top of the market. They end up staying in too long, and they don't end up benefiting at all from the crypto bull run. So you don't want to be one of those people, right? And number 5, right? Potential recession, incoming crash towards the end of 2025. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, but I think after the crypto bull run, after we see some stocks do really good, I think going towards the end of 2025, we're going to see some type of recession fears, some type of black swan event. I'm not sure what it's going to be. It's just my prediction. And then going into 2026, or the end of 2025 and going into 2026, I think we see a recession. I think stuff crashes. I'm not sure what's going to be the storyline to make it crash, but I think that's just going to be it. So this kind of plays into the fact, don't be greedy. Take profit off the table, because we are going to see a crypto bull run. We are going to see some stocks boom. So if you could take profit off the table, and then you're in cash, and then you see the market crash, you can wait until everything finds a bottom, and then take your gains, and then start looking for some quality assets to put your gains in, right? I think that would be very nice, because now you have a bunch of capital. You're and not saying you're timing the bottom of the market, but what I'm saying is, you're in cash, and you're not, going down with the markets crashing. And I think that's going to happen at the end of 2025, going into 2026. Again, I'm not sure what the event's going to be, but I just have a feeling after these, well, I don't have after every bull market, right? You got to think people are going to be taking profit. And what happens when people take profit is that usually some storylines come up, and people are, when the stock market starts to crash, you tend to have storylines that come along with that, right? And it just so happens that, people start coming out with all these articles. Oh, this is going to zero. Then you start seeing all these fraud allegations. Just always stuff that comes up, right? Something always comes up when the market starts to crash. For instance, once we ended the bull market for the last crypto bull market, what actually started the crash was the the whole FTX thing, where people where the Sam Altman-Fried, or whatever his name is, he was committing fraud. He took a lot of people's money from the crypto exchange, and that kind of began the crypto crash of 2021, right? So we're probably going to have something like that at the end of 2025. So the 5th financial tip is, get ready for a potential recession towards the end of 2025. And I think if you position yourself to have a cash pile, right, at the end of 25, after the crypto bull market, after the stock market booms, make sure nobody's thing. After the stock market booms, you position yourself to have a cash pile, to be able to go into, now I'm not saying time the bottom of a recession, but you're going to have some capital, so that way you can deploy that into, stocks and cryptos that are on a huge discount. So yeah, so let me go over the 5 things again. We went over them, but let me go over them again. So number 1, interest rates are going down. That's number 1 for 2025. They're already going down now. We already had an interest rate cut last month. We're going to have a couple more at the end of 2024 going into 2025. So that's going to be big. 1, because you're going to be able to get a mortgage rate for cheaper, and then 2, maybe like refinance your mortgage if you care to do so, right? Number 2, the crypto boom. We're going to have the crypto boom, I think, towards the end of 2024, but we're really going to see it in 2025. So, be prepared for that. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities to make a lot of money, and, just be prepared, have your positions and don't fall behind, all right? 3, stock market will boom. I think the stock market will go hand in hand with the crypto market. Now, obviously, the overall indices will do well, but we're going to see certain stocks go up. Like I mentioned, Nvidia, Tesla, stocks like that will do well. Anything with AI, I think, is going to do really well. Palantir. So, be prepared for also stocks to boom in 2025. So, if you're interested in some, take some positions, right? Number 4, don't get greedy, right? Number 4 is don't get greedy. You're going to see people make a lot of money on X, on Twitter. You're going to see people post, "Oh, I made this much money, I made this," and those people think that that cash pile of gains is just going to keep going up. You don't want to be one of those greedy ones that holds towards the end of the bull market, and then you don't have anything to show for it, right? You came in with 10 grand and you're leaving with 5, right? So make sure if you take 10 grand, you turn it into 50, 60, take profit off the table, so that way you're not just holding on to bags towards the end of the bull market. And number 5, prepare for a potential recession towards the end of 2025. Make sure, and that goes hand in hand with don't be greedy. Have some gains, some capital gains that you got from the market in your account somewhere, so that way when the recession does happen, or some black swan event that ends the bull market, you have some money to go in and buy some assets on discount. So yeah, those are the 5 financial tips for 2025. I think if you follow those tips, if you're prepared, I think you'll do well in 2025. Again, this is not financial advice, but I think it will help you out financially. I think you would do well. I don't want to say certain things for certain, because people I don't want to think I don't want people to think that I'm giving financial advice, is what I'm trying to say, right? But this is not financial advice, financial tips. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the financial tips. And let me see, is there anything else that I want to talk about? Yeah, so I'm probably going to come out with a video so going into 2025, I think I'm going to continue with the live streams every day. And I try to do them from like during the week, Monday through Friday. I try to do them, after work, because I do have a 9 to 5. So, I try to do it after work, 4:35. So I'm going to continue that. But then I'm going to try to be releasing a long form video Sunday. And it may just be like, like for this one, this is just 5 financial tips. I may just put a thumbnail, cut this up, and then have it straight to the 5 tips, and then just post it out, right? Because some people come in and do see the live stream, but I think when you post a long form video, the algorithm for some reason pushes it out to more people. So I'll probably take some of my live streams, cut them up, put a nice thumbnail, post them up to my channel, so that way people can see it there. And it's kind of like just the quick version. It just talks about, it's not going to have like all this extra stuff like, me doing the mic check and things like that. So yeah, I think that's going to be the play for 2025. I'll do a live stream. I've been doing a live stream every day. I got my YouTube like they give you like a summary in the YouTube app, and it showed that I did a live stream every day for October, right? So I like to see that. I'm gonna continue doing a live stream every day, going into 2025, and then try to do the long form video every Sunday, right? So yeah, and it could be new material. It may not always be something from my live stream that I've done. Maybe I do something new, but who knows, right? All right, but that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.